Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 4 of the Los Angeles Clippers MyNBA series here on NBA 2K23 as we get reacclimated to our teams. Today we're just going to catch up again with the Clippers as it's been a while since we've done the Clippers. Today it is just me as well doing commentary, just Mr. Rob here. My wife is not with us today for the basketball series, so let me know in the comment section below, did you enjoy seeing and listening to my wife help me call the last Broncos game? If you didn't see it, I recommend going and checking it out. I think it was a good time. It was one of the most fun I've had doing a video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. But we're going to catch up with the Clippers. We've played a couple of games, or I have played a couple of games in my free time with this series. Not too many, but enough where I feel like I should let you guys get filled in on what happened while I was away and doing wrestling as we get back into the franchise grind. But if you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like, and if you're excited for the Clippers coming back, hit that subscribe button below, especially if you want more franchise content. Last time we left off with the Clippers, we were up here at this Rockets game and we were sitting 4-3. Well, since that game, or before that game, I played it, and I played, I think, one more game. I think I played the game against the Lakers where we lost 102-94. But we went 2-3-5. Now, that has dropped our record to 7-8, so we are underneath 500. And I'll get to the main reason why we are at this record in momentarily. But let's go see how that stacks up with the rest of the league. 7-8, not the best, especially where you expect the Clippers to be. So we'll go take a look at the standings, as right now in the conference, we are the 8th seed in the West. Best team is currently the Timberwolves, who are 13-2, which is a pretty solid record for them. Worst team is the Jazz, 1-15. They've already fired their coach and everything, so the Jazz, full tank rebuild mode. In the Eastern Conference, the Hawks lead the way at 12-3, and the worst team in that conference is the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 3-11. Yes, the Milwaukee Bucks are at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Very weird season to begin. But why are we sitting at 7-8? Well, the biggest reason is around the league, and this might be my bad because I think I turned it up a little too high. There's been a ton of injuries. As you can see, the big ones right off the rip. Kevin Durant actually during the season ruptured his right Achilles. KD is done for the season after just a handful of games in Brooklyn this year. He only played in a total of 6 games, and he is done. You have to wonder, is his career in Brooklyn done as well? A couple of other season-ending injuries. Patrick Beverley, you can see a couple of the big ones. But here's our injury list. We only have 2. But one of them is Kawhi Leonard. Yes, Kawhi Leonard has a high right ankle sprain. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. So the claw is currently on the bench for us. I think we had Paul George actually hurt for a little bit of that span. He is actually healthy, thankfully. But we were out Leonard and Paul George for a little bit of that stretch. It's really hurt us. And then we're also missing Luke Kennard for 1 to 2 weeks with a torn left MCL. Not as high quality as the other two, but definitely a 3-point specialist you don't want to lose. So we've been hit with 2 pretty solid injuries, and you can see around the league there's quite a few of them. We'll go through them real quickly. Giannis is out 1 to 2 weeks with a severe left ankle sprain. That's the main reason why the Bucks have been bad. I assume when he comes back they'll be a lot better. Lonzo is hurt for 1 to 2 months. Not quite sure if he's playing through that. Jason Tatum is out with a broken leg. So some of these injuries probably happened before we took the break, but I just still wanted to highlight them anyway. You can see the Jazz, on top of their bad record, have been just riddled with injuries. Mike Conley's out, Jared Vanderbilt as well. De'Aaron Fox is out for the Kings. RJ Barrett is hurt in New York. So a lot of injuries going around the league. Maybe I need to turn the injury slider down. Maybe, but also it makes it kind of fun as well. Pascal Siakam, he's only out for a couple more days though. And that's DeAndre Ayton is out for 2 to 4 weeks. So a lot of injuries around the National Basketball Association. But which is why we're currently 7-8, as I think Kawhi actually got hurt in the Lakers game that we played. And since that game, we've lost every single game. So I think that injury actually has had an impact. As far as moves around the league goes, it's really been kind of quiet so far. We highlighted one of the moves. We highlighted the Miles Bridges going back to Charlotte for a season. The Warriors also signed Emmanuel Mudiay to be a depth point guard behind Steph Curry and company. So not a big signing, but still wanted to highlight. And then real quickly, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I don't want this to be a super long video to get reacclimated, but we will take a quick look at the stats for us just to see where we are at currently. As we take a look, I'll do it by points per game. So let me know in the comment section below if you enjoy seeing and listening to my wife
all the way
call
there.
Last Broncos game. If you didn't,
that's kind of odd,
but
nonetheless, we'll take a look
at
their points.
One of the most fun I've had.
Team who scored the most points, or player scored the most points, is actually Paul George at 282. We'll go this way. He's averaging 23.5 points per game this year on a lot better efficiency, 51% from the field. So that's solid. Paul George playing pretty high level. Kawhi Leonard obviously also 23.4, so Paul George actually averaging 0.1 points higher. And Leonard, his field goal percentage is down, but he shot better from 3. So I guess a little bit of a trade-off as they enter their 30 years. John Wall's actually played pretty well this day for us, almost shooting at 50%, not quite averaging the same amount he did for the Rockets 2 years ago, but considering he didn't play at all last year, I think he's done very well, especially in the games that we've seen. Reggie Jackson, 13 points per game, a solid also guard, and then Zubac down low are starters. He's averaging basically a triple-double, 12.5 rebounds, 9.9 points per game this year. And then a couple players off the bench. Our bench has really, I think, struggled this year. We haven't had a big depth in the bench, which is what's going to happen when you're paying George, Leonard, and John Wall a little bit. You're not going to have the best bench. But you see Morris's numbers, Norman Powell, 8.5 points per game. That's definitely way down from what he was doing out there in Portland. Kennard, before we went on the injured list, he's averaging about 8 points per game. That three-pointer's gone way down, which is a little concerning considering he's only 26. But Batum hasn't played in a lot of games. Neither has Terrence Mann and Amir Coffey company in as well. Covington has played in a lot of games. He just doesn't score a lot of points. You can see his numbers are way down this year as well. But that's just a brief look at our team stats so far this season. And then lastly, I'll show is some of the awards, like Player of the Week and stuff like that. Just to kind of round this out.
Always sitting at 7 and 8.
Well, the biggest reason is exactly where it is. There's season awards. You can see some of the players of the week. First, it was Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Bradley Beal, and Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, and Luka Doncic. So it seems like Luka is out there in Dallas tearing it up this season. Players of the month, though, James Harden got it in the East for October, despite him not getting a week award. And then, of course, Luka out west. And then rookies of the month, Paolo Banchero for the Magic, and then Jabari Smith Jr. out there in Houston in the West. So just kind of, it seems like some of the players are starting to step up and get their teams as we enter the month of November, the second half of November, and look to kind of get into the meat and potatoes of the season and grind of an NBA year. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Just kind of give you a brief recap as to where we were with the Los Angeles Clippers. Next up will be another episode. We'll get back to gameplay. We'll go actually this game right here at home against the Detroit Pistons. We'll see Cade Cunningham and company come to LA, and then we'll grind out from there. So if you guys enjoyed this one, if you did, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one. We'll go through them real quickly. Giannis is out 1 to 2 weeks with a severe left ankle sprain. That's the main reason why the Bucks have been bad. I assume when he comes back, they'll be a lot better. LaMelo Ball is currently early.